All right, folks, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I hope you're having a good day. And we have Chapter 10 notes here, and a big focus of this chapter is going to be sex. That's right. Don't get your hopes up, or do. Sex, it happens. That's the name of our chapter. Sex, it happens. Maybe. Maybe not. For you. Someday, maybe. When the time is right. Your job is to write this slide down. This is slide number 1. So in your notebook, please write slide number 1. Right now, the slide is in presentation mode, so it's a little bigger. So if you want to look at the screen and it's a little larger, that'd be great. And this is your task. It says write 2 sentences finding a connection. Something in common, a connection that between 2 images on this slide. So you have to pick 2 images here and show or say how they are connected. Number 1 image is a mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell, the mitochondria. Then we have here someone with larger fat cells. Their fat cells are greedy. Their greedy fat cells hold on to all that energy and glucose stored as fat. So this person's body has larger fat cells that store and hold on to all that leftover food energy inside their fat cells. Number 3 is a DNA polymer. DNA polymer. This is something that is newer for us that we're going to learn a lot about. And then number 4 is a girl who has smaller fat cells. Her fat cells are not greedy. Her fat cells quickly release energy, and her fat cells stay small. They stay small because they release the fat often. And then number 5 is an egg and sperm together. So a sperm and egg are coming together to make a baby. So choose image 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 or 5. Choose 2 of these here. Here you would write the blank and blank images. So you choose what number, you put them here, are connected because, and you must say why. So think about what you want to say. Pick 2 images, mitochondria, overweight, DNA polymer, skinny, and sperm and egg. Pick 2 images and explain how they're connected or common or similar. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is slide 2. So in your notebook, please write slide 2 in your notebook. Slide 2. I'm going to put it in presentation mode so we can see it a little bigger. Here we go. So we have 4 problems that will give purpose to this chapter. Problems 1, 2, 3, and 4. Problems 1, 2, 3, and 4 are our purpose. Why we're doing what we're doing. Why we need to know chapter 10. Sex, it happens. Problem number 1 says, why do we look and act the way we do? Our identities. Why do we look how we look? How are babies born unique? How do all babies look different? Problem number 3. How do scientists study disease and genetic disorders? And number 4. How can scientists treat genetic disorders? So how do you treat or give them medicine? How do you help somebody with a genetic disorder or some kind of disease? Problems 1 and 2 will help us understand ourselves. Problems 1 and 2 will help us understand why we look and act the way we do. Problems 3 and 4 are part of our project. So you're going to get, in chapter 10, you will get a medical file, and we will do a really good job studying problem 3 and 4. We'll better understand problem 3 and 4 when we do our project with a medical file. You'll have a patient, and you'll study their disease, and you will treat them for the final project. So everything we do in this chapter will help us prepare for our project and you getting your medical file. So again, this is slide 2. Make sure you write slide 2 in your notebook and copy down problems 1, 2, 3, and 4 for this chapter. So just remember, problems 3 and 4 we will accomplish at the end of the chapter. We will accomplish problem 3. We will understand 3 and 4 by doing this project at the end. So the chapter 10 project, you'll get a doctor's file. You'll interview a patient. And then you're going to do research. You'll diagnose and treat a genetic disorder. So you'll be playing the role of doctor, and you will diagnose and treat a patient. But first, before we perform doctor, before we do our project, let's learn new vocab. Let's learn a lot of new things about genetics so that we're ready to do the project. So we first must learn words and vocab and concepts first. And then you'll use that to be the doctor in the project. All right, the first concept, our first new word is slide 4. Slide 4 is the word traits. All right, traits are any characteristic that is inherited. So everything that identifies you as you, hairstyle, blonde, curvy, your hairline, how your thumbs bend or not, or your personality, how you're passionate, how you work, how you focus on things, how you encourage others, how you think and come up with ideas and problem solving, how you always try to improve, or that you like to help others. Everything that is you is a trait. Again, this is slide 4, so in your notebook, write slide 4. Copy down that in your notebook. Write slide 4, and then get this definition. The rest of the definition in this box is traits are decided by the genes located on your DNA. So traits, what makes you, is due to genes on your DNA. So again, this is slide 4, and copy down everything you see in the pink box. That'll be the definition, our vocab, for traits. Go ahead and pause it now if you need to. All right. Next up is, you have 2 questions to answer for slide 4. Number 1, it says, which successful trait did you inherit? So these are 8 examples of successful personality traits. 8 different traits. Which one do you feel like you inherited? Passion means you care a lot about something in your life. You feel emotionally enthusiastic about something. So you could pick one if that is your successful trait. Number 2 means you pick it if you think you're a hard worker. 3, choose 3 if you feel like you have good focus. Choose 3 if you feel like you're not distracted. Choose 4 if you feel like you're good at encouraging others. Choose 4 if you feel like you're really good at encouraging your friends to do what they should do. What's right. What's right for them. Choose number 5 if you feel like you're a good problem solver. Choose 5 if you feel like you're creative. Choose 5 if you feel like you can always think of a good solution to a problem. Number 6, choose improve if you feel like you're always trying to get better at something. Choose 7 if you feel like you're always trying to help others. So choose serve if you're always trying to help someone else. And number 8 says persist. That means you don't give up. If you're a hard-working person who never gives up, if something gets hard and you keep trying and you never give up, choose number 8, persist. Again, number 1 question says, which successful trait did you inherit? Which one describes you? So which one best describes you? Choose that one. Passion, work, focus, push, ideas, improve, serve, or persist. Choose one that is like you, that describes you. Number 2, it says, which successful trait are you missing? Which one of these do you need more of? Which one would you like more of? Number 2, choose one that you don't feel like you have a lot of. One that you want more of for number 2. So question 2, choose one that you're missing or you want more of. And then lastly, for number 2, explain how this affects your survival. How does it make it hard to live? So for question 2, slide 4, you would say, I need more of one of these because I struggle to do blank. And then you're done with slide 4. All right, we have slide 5. In your notebook, please write slide 5 and then copy down this new definition. Remember, we're always writing down a definition like this because it's inside the pink purpley box, okay? So anytime you see this purple pink box, it means it's the definition we copy down. This time, it's slide 5, and we write down this definition. Phenotype. Say it with me. That's right, phenotype. Phenotype is the way an organism looks and behaves. So you would write, phenotype, the way an organism looks and behaves. Phenotype is anything you can see about someone else. Hair color is a phenotype. Hair texture is a phenotype. How you look is your phenotype. Also, if someone describes you as passionate, they're describing your phenotype. If someone says that you're always trying to improve at golf, or if you're always trying to get better at a video game, they would say or describe your phenotype. So personality is your phenotype and how you look. All of it is phenotype, including the color of your eyes. So you can see this person has blue eyes. We say their phenotype, blue eyes. This person has brown eyes. We say their phenotype is brown eyes. For this slide, what I want you to do next, this is slide 5, and I want you to describe a phenotype you could fall in love with. So in your notebook, underneath this definition, you would write, I could love a person who has blank phenotype. So something, personality or appearance. You decide, but you must pick a couple things that would describe a person that you would like to go on a date with or that you would like to be friends with. I could love a person who has a blank phenotype. So you copy this in red, copy it down, and fill in the blank. And make sure you get practice writing that word phenotype. All right. Okay, here's our next concept. It's gene. Now be careful here. What I want you to do, it says interpret model below. So you look at this model to write your own definition. You're going to do your own definition this time. You're going to write it yourself based on what you see. So we're going to practice writing our own gene definition based on the model. So in your notebook, please write slide 6. This is slide 6. In your notebook, write slide 6, and please copy down this. Copy down gene equals, and then based on model, blank. So copy down this entire section right here, and you're going to make your own definition for gene just using this model right here. All right, I'm going to put it in presentation mode. So if you haven't paused it, pause it and make sure you only write this for your definition and make a big old blank because you're going to write in it. All right, here's presentation mode. So you would say a gene equals, and then you say based on the model, and we have the model in the green box here, right? Green boundary. You'd say based on the model, a gene is what? Well, we see a chromosome. A chromosome is this thing right here. And it says a chromosome has sections like this blue section or this pink section. And each section is a specific piece or section of DNA. A section of DNA we call a gene. So on a chromosome, parts of the chromosome are genes. And a gene is a section of DNA. This gene is for eye color. This gene is for hair color. The gene produces phenotype, or how you look, the color of your eye or the color of your hair. Use this information to write your own gene. Good luck.